What is up, my virgins who will never get pussy? You ready for Spawn issue number 110? Let's go. Twitch and Sam are still waiting for Spawn. You know, they get impatient because Spawn takes a little while. Then Spawn arrives, and Sam and Twitch asks him if, like, they have any evidence or if Spawn has found anything, and he says they're coming. Then Ab and Zab arrive, and they just drop this fucking vampire's head on the ground. This freaks Twitch out, but Spawn says, hey, they're with me, relax. They start to light a fire on the head, and then the head awakens. He's like, oh, son of a bitch, you didn't have to light me on fire. And then Sam is like, the head is talking. And then the vampire head's like, bro, what are you looking at, Tubby? Meanwhile, Alex has been captured, and he's inside of the house of vampires. Because guess what? He himself has now become one. Now, the reason they have this vampire head is because they want to know what the kingdom is. And he tells them that the kingdom are evil vampires, essentially. He's a nice one, even though he occasionally sucks out people's blood. He has to, because, you know, vampires crave and need blood. But these guys are bad. Alright, so let's go into the philosophy or the gospel of the kingdom, right? So, there was once this traveler who traveled through the desert. Then this dude gave him hospitality, and in return, the traveler gave him a gift. He said, drink from this, and your life will be everlasting. So, this story heavily reminisces of the story of Jesus. So, it's kind of the same thing, where the guy becomes like Jesus. He's rumored to be able to walk on water. He has 12 disciples. They have a final feast, which is people, and he gives them his blood, which makes them vampires, essentially. So anyway, Twitch's son is inside of the fucking place, right? With this bitch who just fucking turned him into a vampire, not like he wanted that. And the rest of the family's like, you're one of us now. And he's like, no. And I'm sorry, I thought Twitch's son's name was Alex. I'm fucking retarded for some reason. His name's Max. Anyway, the tales about the vampires are pretty much telling them how nothing works on these vampires. It's not like the movies where stakes and holy water can burn them. That's not how it works. These vampires can only die by being completely disintegrated. In summary, the head pretty much tells them that the kingdom believes that they are completely pure beings who deserve to own this planet and deserve to be part of God's race, I guess. So they want to purge all humans to extinction because they view them all as sinners. So Spawn ain't having that shit. Then we get a short little side story about Beth and her husband or whatever. So she goes out, right? And she never usually goes out. The reason why is because she was mugged once. Horrible accident, horrible shit. Then she goes on the subway train, and all these people were fucking mauled to death. Anyway, Spawn arrives at the vampire hideout. Now this place is fucking taller than fucking tall. It reaches the horizons up in this bitch. So Spawn decides, oh, why don't I just fucking burn this shit down? Right? I mean, why not? So he just fucking shoots his necroplasm beams at it. These beams are so powerful. Let me explain to you how powerful they are. Spawn is composed of necroplasm, and necroplasm is essentially what hell is composed of. So Spawn is shooting it with the full power of hell itself. And this necroplasm is so hot that it could melt the gates of heaven itself. And it still was not enough to burn down this place. Then out of nowhere, the super speed vampires start hopping on Spawn and biting into him and shit. But they can't really do anything to him, to be honest. Like, Spawn is beating their fucking asses. And they can't really hurt him. They have nothing to hurt him with. But Simon Pure does. And he arrives with a heavenly sword. So yeah. That wraps up Spawn issue number 110. Like the video if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't enjoy the video, don't be a pussy and like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.